certainly been forever, you guys. I am trying to make a comeback, and it's definitely gonna be forever, ever, ever. But aside from the jokes, you guys, I really want to talk about a serious note in here. If you watched the PlayStation meeting and you were still having questions whether to get the PlayStation Pro, hopefully with this video I can share my thoughts and make it a little bit clearer for you, because the meeting was actually really technical, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people were not expecting that. It should have been expected, because this meeting was actually about hardware, nothing about games. So I think people that were going into there and expecting some new game to be unveiled, they were totally disappointed, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people were disappointed for something else. Now, I'm not gonna talk about the Slim, because the Slim, personally I feel like it's not even actually necessary to be coming out. It's actually not even that much different than the original PS4. With actually looks, the plastic that is made, it looks cheaper. It looks slightly weighs less, and pretty much it. I mean, with except the new controllers, but the new controllers don't really add anything new anyways. Just the highlight of the bar, something with the bar. I don't even know, but it's not even something worth that you would actually need to get if you already own the original PS4. And maybe if you want to get the Slim, because you don't have a PS4, then up to you. But the Slim is $299 and the Pro is $399, with the $100 difference, and you get more bang for your buck. I don't even think why we even get the $299, but that's just my opinion. I feel like the Slim is so irrelevant, so I don't even want to even talk about it. Enough with that. Now let's move on to the PlayStation Pro, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I think most people didn't get, and it's probably I think a lot of people are gonna have to make it simpler in order to make it make sense. I certainly had to look a lot of things in order to make them make sense for me, and hopefully if when me telling you guys makes it easier for you to understand, or maybe you can actually give me feedback in order to heighten the knowledge that I know about this system, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm still iffy about. Now, one of the main things that Mark Cerny and Andrew House wanted to make sure that the PlayStation Pro is not a new console, it's not a transitioning console, it's just an upgraded of the standard PlayStation 4. Which this means is that all the games that were available for the original PS4 are gonna work for the PlayStation Pro, and there's gonna be no advantages when you play online that that are gonna be given because of the PlayStation Pro. It's gonna be all equal. That's a good thing to know about. So I'm pretty sure people are wondering what the PS4 Pro is going to offer that the PlayStation original or standard is not going to provide. Well, the PlayStation Pro is going to have an upgraded CPU of 4.2 teraflops compared to the 1.8 from the original PS4. That's double the power. Boosted clock rate to 2.1 gigahertz, while the original is 1.6 gigahertz. And like I said, all existing games will be playable, so that's not an advantage. And the base hard drive of the PlayStation Pro is gonna be 1 terabyte compared to the original PS4's 500 gigs. I personally wish it would be a little bit higher, 2 to 3 terabytes. But since I'm trying to go all digital, I mean, my current PlayStation 4 has 4 terabytes, which might be a little bit overkill. But you know what? I'm trying to go all digital, you guys. That's how I roll. Now, with all this hardware, being beefed up, it's definitely, gonna consume more energy. And if you want to know exactly how much, well, it's gonna be 310 watts compared to the Slim, which was 165 watts. I'm assuming the original is the same, since like I said, nothing changed. As important as the specs of the PlayStation Pro is, it is equally important to know about the PlayStation Pro's main features are. And this is gonna be the selling point for some and the breaking point for others. Now, one of the things that they kept mentioning throughout the PlayStation meeting was about 4K, and right off the bat, I was watching the stream. A lot of the PlayStation elitists were saying, "Oh, there's no way that the PlayStation Pro with those specs can run 4K native gaming." Calm down, dude. They never said that it was gonna be running 4K native. Even in the some of the pictures of the videos that they later release, it says upscaled. So it's gonna be 1080p upscaled to 4K, which is probably possible with the hardware. We still don't know exactly how, you know, this extra boosted CPU and in other parts of the hardware that was beefed up is gonna, you know, allow that to be possible. And some of the videos that I saw, like For Honor, the 4K videos, it looks gorgeous, man. I'll be saying that it's a huge improvement from, you know, what's available right now. So now we move on to the next thing, HDR. Now a lot of people are saying high dynamic range, you know, is gonna make the picture look more realistic, more color palette, and it's just gonna make the picture look more realistic. And a lot of people are really not gonna be able to see that unless they have an HD TV that has HDR available. And if you don't, and it is gonna make somewhat of an improvement, even if you don't own an HD TV, because it's still gonna look make the game's texture, colors a lot better. But I think if you don't have a TV available for you that, you know, has those features, I don't think you should be getting a PlayStation Pro. Now, if you're saying, oh, if I don't have an HDR TV, then there's no point of getting slightly better graphics, well, you don't have to worry about it, because Sony said that they were gonna be releasing a firmware update next week in order for all PlayStation 4s. They're all gonna be available with HDR capabilities. Now, PlayStation VR is definitely gonna be the main reason why PS4 Pro is gonna be appealing to a lot of people if they want to adopt VR, because what VR is gonna be able to do on the PlayStation Pro is gonna be mostly every game is gonna be able to, you know, have the double the pixel count compared to the normal PS4, hence, you know, twice the power, and also, you know, the games are gonna be more crispier, higher frame rate. And I think the selling point for VR, it has to have good darn frame rate, because if that is an issue with VR, people are gonna be having headaches, migraines, and that shit is gonna suck. And it's gonna be the downfall for VR. So I think this is the main reason why Sony released the Pro with the VR together, in order to, you know, make VR the you know, the highest possible success that it can. And it definitely needed a power up PS4 in order to do that. And I think a few people didn't really point it out, they just mentioned it, but I feel like that's the main reason why the Pro came out the same time as the VR. And to be honest, I feel like the PlayStation Pro should have waited a little bit longer, because it is definitely not gonna be on par with, you know, processing power compared to the Scorpio. Yes, I have to bring out the Scorpio, because the Scorpio is gonna have a CPU of 6.2 teraflops. So, you know, yeah, there's still a lot of more information to know, but I'm pretty sure Xbox is gonna be the more powerful system coming next year. But for right now, the PlayStation Pro is the strongest and most powerful console for a year at least. And before I end it, there's something else that I forgot to mention, that it might be another selling point or breaking point for some people, is that the PlayStation 4 Pro is not gonna have a 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive, which, you know, had a lot of people going like, what the fuck, you know, they were complex, like, why the hell does Sony, you know, the main patent of, you know, Blu-ray, you know, hard, you know, disc drives are not gonna be able to put it on their console. Now, to end it, to the most baffling point of this is that even the Xbox One has the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray disc drive, which surprisingly their competition owns the patent, which even furthers what the hell was Sony thinking. Alright guys, I will be making the stopping point of this video, and hopefully I gave you some ideas if you should get the PlayStation Pro. Maybe I made it more confusing for you. You know what, let me know down in the comment box below, because I definitely want to hear your thoughts. And maybe if you want to know about why I've been absent so long, you want to ask me that. And remember that this was Feardy. I'll be seeing you guys later.